the chairman of the board, the visionary, the father of Duros,
Energetic.
the dynamic. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Mr. Rafaelito A. Barino!
Alright.
Wow! Mura magkahayag sa year 2021. Wow! A blessed New Year to all of us. Happy New Year! Dear employees, staff, officers, members of the board, stakeholders, suppliers, customers, our bank partners, government officials, friends, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, Duros Group is a homegrown family enterprise engaged in various businesses, with its root planted in Liloan, Cebu since 1987. It has grown by leaps and bounds in the last 33 years. Each year, we come together to look back and look beyond what God has blessed us with here in the Duros Group. Today, my 8th State of Duros Address or SODA will be quite different from the previous year, as I will be sharing to you how Duros Group survived despite the worldwide coronavirus pandemic that caught us all unprepared. Businesses around the world have been greatly affected and many people lost their job. Yet, for us in Duros Group, it has been a test of faith and resiliency. We were faced with challenge kung sa tagalig-on sa pag-atubang sa mga pagsulay. Sama sa pamilya, panahon nga moagi ang daghan nga pagsulay, ang negosyo usab dunay moagi nga dakong pagsulay panahon sa pandemya. Kabalaka, kakuyaw, kabalaka nga mawadan og trabaho ang mga empleyado. Ug ang mga negosyante mawadan na og negosyo. Kakuyaw nga ang mga katawhan o mga empleyado kauban masakit matakdan sa coronavirus, possibly pa yun handutang na mamatay. Sa dihang nag-lockdown ang tibuok province of Cebu, ang una namong ibuhat mo ang paghimo o desisyon kung saan ang pagtabang ang mga empleyado sa Duros Group. Kung wala na yung trabaho, wala yung pagkaon ang taksa-taksa ka pamilya. What we did, food and financial assistance were initially given to our workers and employees. Since 1987, adunay gi-establish ng retirement trust fund ang matag kumpanya alang sa mga empleyado. Tungod kay walay kasiguruan kung kano sila mo balik ang negosyo o ang trabaho sa mga tao, the management decided to release the trust fund amounting to 47.5 million aron adunay igong sa lapi nga magamit ang tanan empleyado na sakop sa Duros Group panahon sa kalisod. But effective last September 2020, halos tanan nga mga empleyado were rehired. Aron pa siguro ang kaluwasan sa tanan mga empleyado, aduna usab kitay mga lakang nga gihimo sama sa COVID positive employee assistance. Free swab tests are given to employees or mga empleyado who were exposed to the front line. At the height of the pandemic, 15 employees or workers are positive for COVID. But thanks to the prompt response and assistance of our health and safety personnel, the spread of virus was immediately contained. Strict health protocols were also implemented in all areas of operation. A total of 5 million financial assistance was also extended by the Duros Group to at least 5 LGU in the province of Cebu. We also conducted rice distribution in at least 5 barangays in Liloan town. Food packs, face masks, face shields were distributed to the frontliners in the city and province of Cebu. Let's take a look how each company under Duros Group survived during the pandemic. Sunbig Agrobuilders, whose business is to supply processed limestone and wasan to 3 big power plant in Toledo City, suffered the least during the pandemic as its operation were essentials to maintain the power supply in the entire province of Cebu. There were other significant blessings in the year 2020, such as the stone quarry operation were banned. Sunbig Agro Builders was able to get an alternate source of materials from the mine waste material of carbon copper. The supply of raw material is good for 5-year inventory for global power plant requirements. The hauling of coal ash resumed in January 2020. We were able to haul ash and dispose roughly about 200,000 metric tons of coal ash from June up to August of 2020. Even with its full operation during the pandemic, Sunbig Agrobuilders had 0 of case of COVID-19. Thanks to God. The company also showed us an all-time high record sales of 180 million since the start of business operation. And it embarks na a new venture of dragon fruit farming with an initial of 1,000 cuttings planted. And hopefully by March of this year, 2021, we will be able to enjoy a bountiful harvest at the farm. And it goes until full production. Congratulations to President EB and Yole Mantuhac sa Toledo operation. Let's go to Sunbig Traders. Since 1987, Sunbig Traders has been an accredited supplier of 3M safety and PPE, personal protective equipment products. The pandemic brought a new market for 3M PPEs products as we supply hospitals, pharmacies, local government units, and health professionals. The company also produced PPEs, face shields, face masks, some of which were distributed free to health frontliners in Cebu City and the province of Cebu. While most customers were affected by the pandemic, we were able to focus on our big clients in the Visayas, like Philpos, Pasar, and Carmen Copper in supplying industrial products. Sunbig Traders, furniture and fit-out business was also disrupted by the pandemic, but our operation towards the end of the 2020 last quarter soon. The sales in 2020 is 81.9 million or 65% compared to the sale of 125 million in 2019. Congratulations to Ms. Rachel and Joel Amelia and their team for successfully getting the target, but slightly lower than expected. Sunbeam Food Chain, delivery and supply of food packs to institutions were done during pandemic. 2 food outlets were reopened, that is in Talamban and the Mandawi outlets. For the business to survive economically, the management of Sunbeam Food Chain diversified by going into subcontracting works for Duros Land and Duros Development. Melba Mantuhac-Barino, with the help of her children, particularly Venus and Daryl, established a construction team to do small construction works. That is why we got a sales up to the end of 2020. They were able to achieve 12.3 million or 65% compared to 19 million in 2019. So that is why again, Duros Group is a family. We help each other, share the skills and technology, share the business, share the blessing. Congratulations to Ms. Melba Laspunia and the family for the new venture. Cebu Ecothermal Horizon or CEH, whose expertise is on roofing and construction. This company has been helping church construction projects on the pay-when-able basis. Even during Typhoon Yolanda, this company did a lot of reconstruction of churches throughout the island of Cebu. During the pandemic, they were responsible for the roofing and construction of ceiling works of our very own San Vicente Parish in Liloan. The construction of the CEH warehouse in Lomanoy, Consolacion was completed, while we plan to expand the warehouse for the roll-forming equipment as part of our business plans. They got a sale of 55.2 million or 60% compared to 88 million in 2019. I will congratulate Jonah and Alfie for the accomplished project. Divine Life Institute of Cebu, where they are hosting our venue for the 8th Sudan. Schools were among the most affected sectors during the pandemic. Many schools throughout the Philippines closed down, and enrollment was uncertain at the start of the school year 2020 and 2021. On the part of Duros Group, our initial initiative for our school were we decided not to increase tuition fees, establish website and learning management system, convert classroom to online distance learning station, online and offline modules with recorded teachers discussion. Virtual school activities were implemented. Rapid tests and swab testing for employees and faculties. The result of this is that in the school year 2020 to school year 2021, we got an enrollment of 1,019 students. That is approximately 95% of last year, 2019 to 2020, student population. Textbook classes were also continued for TISDA scholars. These are our future plans for our DLIC school. ESC recertification, blended learning or combination of distance learning and face-to-face education, enhanced online learning hub. And I congratulate Ms. Ingrid Mantuhac-Barino and to the school personnel and faculty members. You did a great job. You were the first to conduct an online graduation ceremony. Thank you for doing so. Duros Development Corporation, the flag bearer of Duros Group, and celebrated its 30th anniversary last September. The company acquired a new asphalt patching plant with 120 tons capacity, the biggest asphalt plant in the province of Cebu right now. An asphalt plant also installed in Siargao, and also we just completed before the year end of 2020 the first asphalting project in Siargao, Surigao. Duros Development Corporation completed 1.6 billion worth of projects in 2020. Or 95% of last year, because in 2019 we were able to accomplish 1.7 billion worth of projects. But where it's good enough. It's real blessing for us in spite of the pandemic. We were able to establish new market also outside of Cebu, in Tacloban, Leyte, and also in the northern and western Mindanao. Despite the different release of the 2020 budget for projects due to government COVID priority expenses, we were able to accomplish. And I congratulate to the President of Duros Development Corporation, Mr. Joselito Paul Mantuhac, Hilario Mantuhac Jr., and Engineer Leslie Rasa, and all the key staff and personnel of Duros Development Corporation. Duros Padayon. Comes now the Duros Land, a very challenging establishment of the Duros Group. Our real estate, leisure, and hospitality business was the most badly hit by the pandemic, yet Duros Land withstood the crisis to solidify its brand and secure its market position as the leading real estate developer in the northern Cebu. Truth be told, it was a struggle as we endured several setbacks in 2020. The IEC Convention Center has been closed since March 2020 as it turned into a Bayanihan isolation center for COVID patients. Our Ghana Siargao Hotel also closed since last March of 2020. And there is yet no advice as to when Siargao will be open to tourists. The construction of Minore Center in Mabolo was also suspended for almost 6 months, although we are now back last December. Collections were also low and some sales were cancelled. But how did Duros Land bounce back? With the pandemic came, there was an increase in demand for suburban development away from the crowded city, and the market was redefined One Tictona condominium was the package from a purely residential condominium to mixed use, consisting of business centers, a condotel, and a residential units. The business centers. 3 floors will be occupied by the corporate offices of the Duros Group, while another floor will be for the St. Raphael Diagnostic and Wellness Center. Our top investor is Dr. Aguanta. We also have one Tictona Hotel by Duros Hotels, the newly established hotel arm of Duros Group. One Tictona Hotel is going to be the tallest building as of now and the first premier hotel in the northern Cebu. It will cater to international and local golf tour packages, events, and conference outside of the city of Cebu. Health and wellness vacations and other tour packages, among others. Its target opening will be in January of 2022, while the soft opening of the restaurant and function rooms will be this coming May 2021. Duros Land also have new development in the year 2000 last quarter to going to 2021. Right now, the Woodland Golf Academy, or WGA, the first golf school in Cebu, which will open this coming first quarter of 2021, enrollment is now going on. WGA is an amenity that will enhance the golf and the hotel market. Fairways Park at the entrance of Liloan Golf was opened in public last December 7 with a biker's heaven, but it becomes a picnic ground and a mini zoo at Liloan's Payat has been the destination for residents from all over the province of Cebu. Golfers Village, a 5-hectare lot-only subdivision, has attracted not only for golfers but also non-golfers. It will be launched in the third quarter of 2021. The Lataban Legacy is our number 4 in the pipeline for the year 2021. It is a 20-hectare lot-only subdivision in the Barangay Lataban, which has gained buyers' interest. Will be launched in the third quarter of 2021. The Woodland Park annex a 24 units house and lots expansion of Woodland Park Phase 1 will also be launched in the second quarter of 2021. Moreover, the newly concreted roads leading to 5 mountain barangays of Liloan and to the Liloan Golf and Leisure Estate has contributed a lot to the areas of economic activities in Liloan. The Liloan Golf and Leisure Estate will be open for foreign guests as soon as the clubhouse construction is completed and targeted by the third quarter of 2021. Despite COVID, the sales in 2020 reaches 229 million, mostly done or consummated in the last quarter of 2020 from October to December last year. About 54% of our 443 million sales in 2019. Congratulations to Duros Land team. The last is our corporate social responsibility. Yan itong pagsugod sa lockdown, March 26, pinahagi sa Rafaelito and Faith Barino Foundation, namugna ang unang grupo sa trainees sa Duros Academy program. Nahimo dito sa Compostela ang first batch tungod kay daghang empleyado nga medyo na naundang or na wala pa'y may rehire ang himo ipart sila sa training. Ipahimoslan ang panahon aron sila maka-cut-on o lain life skills and technical skills. No? 84 scholars in a 4 batches were trained with various skills, and most of them are already working as OJT, while some are already regular and project employees of Duros Development Corporation. Kaya ito makita ang mga training. Ako panghinaot nga ang tanan nga mga empleyado nga sakop sa Duros Group maka-apil sa program sa Duros Academy for personal and professional growth tungkol sa advocacy on drug rehabilitation through the Surrender to God Foundation Incorporated. Nakadawat o pasidungog sa Hometown Heroes Award for 2020 ang atong presidente sa Duros Group, si Ms. Fe Mantuhac-Barino.
Heroes appear when there are crises. My name is Fe Mantuhac-Barino. I live in a small hometown in Liloan, Cebu. Me and my husband led a family business that grows from a small trading company to a group of companies now known as Duros Group. Helping others is my way of thanking God for all the blessings received. I involved myself in leading church organizations since 1999. I established the Surrender to God Recovery and Renewal Program as a church response to the government's campaign against drug addiction. Started in 2016 in my hometown in Liloan. Now, more than 2,000 drug addicts have been helped from different parts of Cebu, including those inside the Cebu City Jail. Pope Francis recognized this initiative as very important during my visit to the Vatican in 2017. During the time of pandemic, I started a daily live program in social media on April 1, 2020 in my very home in Liloan to keep the people's faith alive when most areas are on hard lockdown. Through Facebook, many people were get to involve themselves in responding to the crisis. Donations from friends, families, here and abroad, from civic clubs, business communities were gathered. Help were sent to the Cebu City Jail in the form of vitamins and food packs. Food packs were also sent to Zapatera and other hard-hit areas in Cebu City. For 4 months, a daily feeding program in Alaska Mambaling were sustained from donations through Like Ko Ako Facebook Live program of the Commission on the Laity, anchored by me. While on lockdown, recovering addicts were given life skills and technical skills under the Duros Academy program. 4 batches of scholars were trained with a bundle of construction skills. Now, there are more than 50 trained workers who are employed in a construction company of Duros. Indeed, where there are crises, heroes appear. These are signs of God's love for His children. He uses instruments whenever and wherever you are called. I believe that faith without work is dead. God bless.
In closing, allow me to share one of my favorite saying that goes, wise is the man who will learn from his own experience, but wisest is the man who will learn from the experience of others, ready to adapt and to respond and modify and do something more to answer the need of time. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new year. God bless us all at the Duros Group. Thank you.
Big round of applause to the chairman of Duros Group of Companies, Mr. Rafael